Okay, let's take a look. Right, yeah, some really cool poses. Good stuff going on here. I think there's some camera problems because you have this going straight towards the camera. Um, and there's looks like there's a cut right at the beginning here, like in the first moment. Kind of a weird big camera jump there. And then he comes right at the camera. And then you have this very much a left to right thing going on. Um, and then you have a bit of a right to left thing going on. So I think you want to kind of keep that screen direction consistent. Let's take a look in Maya. So where's your camera? All right. So first of all, I don't know why there's this weird pop in the camera at the very beginning. So I would probably take out, maybe this first keyframe here, and just start with that. Now, what I would say for this shot is maybe start a little wider and maybe do a little bit of more of a, I can do kind of a, I'm just going to move this to frame 1. Maybe a little bit more of a left to right thing going. Right, so see how the screen direction is continuing now with that left to right? And so this shot more naturally is going to cut together with that one. It doesn't have to be exactly this, but generally you want to get some of that notion that he's moving left to right. Now, there's a real kind of acceleration to his motion here. And we could probably see that in the graph editor. Well, it's a bit hard to see in the steps, but I might, let's just select all of these and let's just turn it to auto tangent because it's a bit hard to see. Okay, and let's grab this thing, go back in the graph editor. So see how he's going in a certain speed and direction, and then you can see he definitely accelerates here and then decelerates again. And so what I'm a little concerned about is that kind of the mid-air acceleration. Also, it's maybe a little slow motion looking anyway. So this jump, what it's really missing right now, kind of like here, is a big wind-up pose. So I'm just gonna, let's take these and move these back some, and I don't know. So I'm gonna just grab this middle mouse click and just use this as a starting point, and so let me just keyframe everything here to begin with, just so I can hold that. Oh, there was a bunch of other. Oh, I messed up when I moved that stuff. I thought I had everything selected when I moved that stuff. I didn't. All right. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. All right, with everything selected now, I should hold there. Okay. So this first pose needs to be a big kind of wind-up pose. Like he might step back with one of his feet. If I can select the foot, whatever. Move his root down and back. Move his hands down. Oops, that's not so great. that's not great. Why is that 0? I think gotta get these arms untangled. Get the elbows behind him. So he's kind of, winding back and kind of, oops. Anyway, I'm not putting the time into this that it deserves, but, conceptually, the idea is, something like that. Let's change the auto tangents again. Obviously, that's not a great transition. Why is it popping there all at once? I'm not sure why that's happening. Looks like there still is some. Oh, there's like 2 keyframes on the same frame. That's a little bit tricky. I don't know how that happened. It looks like I don't know if that's for multiple objects or just that one. Try snapping these to a whole other frame. Usually looks like it's the root that's suddenly jumping. Yeah, look. Minus 11. So, frame 11. Well, I'm just going to delete this keyframe off the root because it's acting funny, and then put it back. And then I'm going to keep these feet planted while he's taking off. So middle mouse click here, and they probably can't stay planted that long, but anyways, I don't think that was a great pose, but I think you get the idea that he has to wind back. Still looks like it's popping there. Look at that. And then it says feet stick while he's jumping off, and then, at some point here you start keyframing that foot to keep up with the leg. I sure would like to see what the heck is going on with this thing. Look at that. Oh, is there not a keyframe on it at the beginning? Is that the problem? Oh, maybe that was it. For some reason there wasn't a keyframe on it at the beginning. Oh, okay. Now it's not popping like it was before. Anyway. So you'll have to have like, a kind of some sort of get this thing to catch up here. Well, you'll want to hold this for some amount of the time, like up to, say, maybe there. And then, keep the foot up with him. Anyways, The point is you need a big anticipation pose. I really think, and I'm doing this without reference, which is sort of against my own advice. You really need to look at reference. So that's one of the main things I would say. So fixing the cameras, doing that main pose, and then kind of really looking at the timing again once it's in auto tangent, and adjust that timing before you do any more in betweens because the timing looks a little off. But it's like he's just magically flying through the air now because without an anticipation pose, and that anticipation pose helps, but it's almost not enough still just because of the way he kind of flies through the air. But yeah, I mean, it's stylized. So the bigger and more exaggerated you can make that anticipation, the more believable that kind of flying through the air kick is going to be. So go big on the anticipation.